no. Come back the other way.
Hey, good morning, y'all. Okay, so it's about, I think we're almost up to 7 o'clock now. But we got some overcast skies and the wind is barely blowing. Well, it's barely blowing right here. But anyway, I'm going to start off throwing a frog this morning. I had a subscriber / somebody that I've actually met out here fishing in real life, Tanner Collins. He suggested that I do a video on submerged vegetation and how to fish it, how I go about fishing it. So we're going to start off with the frog because that's one of my go-to submerged vegetation lures when the conditions are like this, and then we'll go from there. As the day progresses and gets a little hotter, I don't know how long we're going to be able to stay out here, but we'll see. But anyway, I am going to get down there and try to catch some fish on a frog, which is one of my favorite things to do. Alright, so we're going to start off with the booyah. This is just a regular pad crusher. I like this color. Look how nice that looks. I already have bluegill pecking at my line, that's a good thing. So obviously a frog, if you have submerged vegetation, and this spot right here you do, is killer. It is virtually impossible to get hung up with a frog. I think over the years I think I've got hung up with 2 frogs. Oh, stupid gator. Serious? Oh, and it's still coming. There you go. Get smart, buddy. Get smart. Well, you're a brave one. You gonna come up on land? Yep. That's weird. Is it gonna eat that leaf? It thinks the leaf is a fish or something. It's waiting for that leaf. Can you guys see that leaf in front of it? There's like a cluster of leaves. It's waiting for the leaf to move. Just sitting around, it's just grass. Oh, it's just a piece of grass. Alright, well, while he's sitting up on the bank right there, it's good for us. If he could just stay there, that would be awesome. Alright, so more topwater submerged vegetation lures that are awesome. Whopper plopper. Yep, there was a fish right there. And I'm not fishing. Whopper plopper, this is the 110. This is the 90. This is in the bone color. Between these two, this you would think would get more hits. This one actually gets more hits because it's easier to get that tail moving. So you can but you can just jerk it a little bit. That tail gives a little fluttering action. It's like a wounded bait fish. I like both of these. Everybody likes whopper plopper. Another, which we might throw later, if you are not fishing submerged vegetation, or I'm sorry, if you're not fishing a topwater through submerged vegetation, chatterbait and a swim bait. Swim bait is virtually weedless. You can yank that through weeds, around timber. Does really good. Does really well, rather. Chatterbait you can rip through weeds, so you can fish this just above weeds. It gives a lot of vibration, a little bit of flash. Looks really good. Those are two good baits for fishing around vegetation. Let's see. Something that I don't fish around vegetation too much, but you can. You just have to be really careful, is the lipless. You can fish this around vegetation. You just have to find that depth where you're not going to be in the grass, because this catches everything. But you can actually fish this right over the vegetation, and this does really well too. It's just a ton of vibration, and most of the time if they're in the vegetation like that, they are waiting for... I wonder if we should throw... Alright, y'all. So like I said, a really good submerged vegetation lure. Chatterbait. I usually use a suicide shad on the back. That's my favorite action for these. Or you can go trailerless, but just put a trailer on. That you can yank through weeds. So we're going to use that. Tied up here. And we are going to use another technique that worked really well for me in the past. I actually used it last summer a lot. A weightless, so this is a 4-aught EWG plastic worm hook, and that's just skin hooked. But a weightless trick worm, that's just a zoom trick worm in the watermelon red. That worked really well last year. It's got good castability, and I will go over with you the best way to fish that. Okay, so let's leave the bait caster up here for now. Right. So the zoom trick worm. So you have your weed edge, and what I do is cast out past the weed edge like that, and peel off some. Doesn't matter whether you're using a bait caster or a spinning rod. Peel off some line because you want it to fall naturally. Alright, so that's falling all the way to the bottom. And then you're gonna just do like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Doesn't really matter, you'll just get a feel for it. But you're gonna actually pick it straight up. And what you're doing is you're basically jiggling that worm, but you're doing it right on the other side of the weed edge. It's an awesome weedless presentation. And then just feel for the hit. No. Come back the other way. Got him out of the weeds. You were buried in there. That's why you're so dark. That's a pretty fish. Alright. So, switched over. It's a 5-aught hook, and then I have the 12-inch worm that I apparently got sand on already. 12-inch Mondo worm. That'll look good. Swimming through the weeds. Alright, so worm size is different, but concept is the same. Throw it out, let it sink to the bottom on slack line. Back in.
Alright, I'm gonna set the hook because that's what I thought. I was like, can't tell if I had one on or not. Good Lord, that one was in there. There she goes. Just had to wait a little bit for her to revive. There's one. Oh. Just start paying attention. I hope he's not gut hooked too. Alright, now stop. Please stop. 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 Oh my goodness. Slippery. Slippery fish. Good one. Cast it out, hit the water, caught a fish. Alright. That's a good one. They're 12-inch line bass. There's one. There's one. Little one. Little one, but it still counts. So you were gonna get yourself a big old meal, weren't you, buddy? Hook is almost big enough to go. Man, that is the part where that hook does not come out. I hooked one of your brothers or sisters earlier in the exact same spot. Doesn't mean anything to you, but there's a little guy. He's a little guy. Cool. Welcome as we navigate the world of submerged vegetation. Just messing. All right, so not a bad day. 4 bass, didn't miss any. Had a bunch of hits. I think those are just bluegill and little tiny bass, but had a bunch of hits too. But yeah, the weedless plastic worm got it done today. So if you have any kind of takeaway from the video today, it is that the weightless plastic worm, you can use a trick worm. They actually have the Magnum trick worms too, like the big 12-inch trick worms. You could try that too. I fished that Mondo worm today. 3 of our bass came on that. One little one that I don't know what in the world it was eating a 12-inch worm for, but that's why we love bass, right? But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed the video today with us going over the submerged vegetation. I hope you enjoyed the underwater footage. I'm going to put that in there if it came out the way that I wanted it to. If not, I'll probably still put it in there, but it's either going to be awesome or it's going to be crappy. But anyway, I've been wanting to do more of that since this is waterproof. I've been wanting to do more of the underwater footage stuff, so I'm going to come up with inventive ways to do that. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure that you comment down below. I love reading the comments, and I try to answer every single one of them. Make sure you subscribe and share the video. That would help out too. Share the video. But I will catch y'all next time. Take care.